what's up? It's Julie here, and before I start anything, I really want to apologize that this video is so late. I got really lazy today. I was working, and then I was kind of just lounging around. Yesterday, I was watching Fuller House all day, never got to filming this, and then I'm just filming it now at 7 o'clock. Eastern time. So, because this week was Ezekiel Jones Appreciation Week on Tumblr and I did nothing for it, I thought I would speak really briefly now, about Ezekiel Jones and my view of his character and his relationships and my favorite things about him. In season 1, Ezekiel was always like the goofball, young character, and that's why we loved him. Because he's a thief, he's a goofball, he's kind of nuts, he's a youngin', problematic fave, sin, a mineral, but then in season 2, we really got to see more into Ezekiel, particularly in episode 8. And now I'm really starting to love thinking about Ezekiel's character and where he could go. Ezekiel is a thief, but we find out as the show goes on that deep down, he really does want to be the good guy. Even though he mocks and chants and gets so self-absorbed about how proud he is of being a thief, we can see that he really does enjoy having these relationships with his friends in the library and having people care about him and being good and having a chance to be something more than a thief. I think one of the big things about Ezekiel is that we find out in the season 1 finale that he is an orphan, so for him to have a family in the library, that's one of my favorite things about the librarians, that each of them never has really had a big family, and now they're each finding a real family with each other. I've just got so many emotions, you guys. Oh my god. Favorite episode with Ezekiel is definitely And the Point of Salvation. Definitely. I mean, come on. That's his big character development episode. I teared up. I almost started crying like twice during that episode. Once during Eve's monologue, and second during Ezekiel's monologue. I think my favorite scene with him has definitely got to be with Eve. That's my favorite relationship of his, is with Eve. And that definitely comes from Eve's speech to him about how, you know, the military people and the people who went into the fight when they know it was hopeless are the bravest people in the world. And she's so proud of him! And I really love how we're starting to see that mother-son relationship develop between Ezekiel and Eve like we had in Ezekiel's version of the parallel universe in And the Loom of Fate. And Ezekiel's face when he tells Eve, like, I keep letting you tell that story because I like the way you look at me when you tell it, and his voice cracks, and you can just see that after this whole ordeal he's been through, watching his friends die over and over and over, he definitely turned into a new person during that episode, and I just really loved seeing him with Eve because that moment really acknowledges that, hey, he's so happy to finally have someone be proud of him, and it really makes you think that no one ever was proud of him before. He was an orphan, you remember, so he didn't really have a parental figure to discipline him when he did things wrong, or to be proud of him when he was doing stuff like this, and now he has that. And I can't even put it into words right now. Like he is happy that Eve is proud of him. And it's so maternal, and I can't get over how parental the relationship with Ezekiel is, and then how he's like a little brother, and then the other speech he gave, let me be the big brother. He's like, I'm like a little brother to you guys. And I really love that dynamic. Like, in terms of shipping, I guess, in season 1, even though I'm a huge Cassandra shipper, I could see the possibility for Ezekiel. Now I'm starting to lean towards, like, hey, I'm really seeing a symbolic sibling thing here. And that's not to say anything bad about Ezekiel shippers, like, good luck to you as much as good luck to me. I just love, like, the big brother thing with Jake is definitely also a thing. Like, Jake and Ezekiel argue all the time, but you can see Jake is definitely trying to help him, and Jake and Ezekiel are also growing a lot closer over season 2. As time goes by, Ezekiel is growing really close with everyone, and everyone is learning about who he is, and in that point of salvation, Ezekiel definitely learned about who they are, and now relationships can really develop. I love that whole speech about let me be the little brother. I love the idea of him being the little brother of the group, for them to care for him, and to protect him, and to teach him, and that's definitely what's going on here. And it just gives me so many feelings to think that Ezekiel Jones wants to be loved, and wants people to be proud of him, and now he finally has that, and he's happy. And my son. I would love to see in season 3 maybe a love interest for Ezekiel. I know I wrote one in when I did my Christmas fan fiction, and I really loved the love interest that I created, and I kind of ship that now, but it's an original character, obviously. But I would love to see Ezekiel end up with someone just as snarky as him, just as crazy, thieving. Like, I want to see him have a partner in crime. and then to fall in love with said partner in crime. Like, Ezekiel, I want to see a slow burn. I want it. I just want Ezekiel to have the world, and I can't wait to see how he grows in season 3. So, one more thing before I go. On Twitter this week, Dean Devlin has said that the first 7 stories of season 3 are finished, and that's so crazy. Like, oh my god, 10 stories and 7 of them are done. 7 of them are done. I can't even, they're starting filming in 2 months, you guys. I can't, it's getting so close, it seems so real. Season 3, my favorite show. That is it for now, my lits. Please tell me your feelings about Ezekiel Jones and things I said in the comments below. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye!